Mr. Doug Dreier, Western Washington University class of 1996, is your commencement speaker. Currently residing in Santa Barbara with his wife and 2 children, Mr. Dreier is in charge of one of the nation's largest private collections of American popular culture, often dubbed the Smithsonian of the West. The vast collection includes a mind-boggling number of items from film, television, sports, literature, geology, paleontology, from a rarest of all Honus Wagner baseball card to the dress that Marilyn Monroe wore when she sang "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend." Responsible for maintaining and building the collection, Mr. Dreier also gives tours to thousands of people every year, often for charity fundraising events. Mr. Dreier was a teacher in Baltimore and Albuquerque before coming home to manage the Dreier Collection. Mr. Dreier is an avid supporter of Western athletics, funds scholarships, and a lighting laboratory in the theater department. And he sits on the theater department's advisory board. Please join me in welcoming a distinguished graduate and friend of Western Washington University, Doug Dreier.
Good morning and welcome to the Viking family, friends, faculty, and staff here today. My first speech was originally befitting my performing arts background, interpretive dance, but wiser minds prevailed. To the class of 2011, congratulations. Today marks the culmination of a remarkable achievement, the beginning of your professional lives and the start of an exciting personal journey. I can remember sitting where you were 15 years ago exactly. I was about to head off to the University of Maryland to obtain a master's in education and become a teacher. I couldn't wait to cross the stage, get my degree, shake the hand, and celebrate with my family and friends. So don't worry, I'll get you there soon enough. I'll admit, I was surprised when I was asked by Dr. Shepard to be your commencement speaker. My image of a commencement speaker is some gray-haired dignitary who's done great things around the world. I'm 38 years old and I run a pop culture museum. But I thought about it and I realized I wanted to do it. Not only because it's a great honor and I love Western, but also because I think I have something worthwhile to say. I'm young enough to remember how you're all feeling right now, and old enough to share some lessons I've learned in the years since I graduated. Lessons I wished someone had shared with me when I was in your shoes. I want to start by offering you 3 simple wishes. They're the same things I wished for myself when I sat where you are right now. And all 3 of these wishes are things I've been fortunate enough to achieve since graduating: success, health, and happiness. Simple, right? For ages, people have been trying to unlock the mystery of how to achieve these 3 things. I'm here today to offer you the secrets to those in 10 minutes and for free. The truth is, I don't believe there's any real secret to achieving success, health, and happiness. It's something we're born innately knowing how to do. But over time, as life becomes more complicated, we just forget. We get lost in the daily grind of school, work, responsibilities, the daily minutia of life, and we forget how to live. We need to be reminded. There is no single correct path to health and happiness and success. Everybody's path is different. So today, I'd like to share with you the 5 simple principles that guided me to my own success, health, and happiness. I hope they will be useful to you as you chart your own path. The first principle is take chances. I don't mean diving off cliffs or swimming with sharks, but that could be fun. I mean push yourself to do new things that scare and intimidate you, to do something every day that forces you out of your comfort zone. I can attribute every good decision I've made to taking a chance. One of the first was coming here to Western. Bellingham is a long way off from Los Angeles, California, where I was raised. I didn't know a soul. It was scary, but I've never regretted it for a single moment. I love the experience I had here at Western. I also took a chance when I left the safety of a teaching job in New Mexico to move back to California and be near my family. It was scary to think of leaving the very comfortable life I'd built for myself, but I knew in my heart that family was the most important thing for me. And as a result, I got to be close to my family and closer to the woman who would become my wife and the job of my dreams. Speaking of my wife, if I hadn't have taken a chance, I wouldn't have met her. We met Hannah on a blind date that was not supposed to happen. My normal instinct is to decline because who wants to go on a blind date? But I thought about it and I figured at worst it's traffic and bad conversation. At best it's a future. So I took the chance and it worked. And 7 years later, I'm now married to the partner of my dreams with 2 children and 1 more on the way. Thank you very much. So don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. Sometimes you'll fall flat on your face, and other times you'll succeed. But either way, there's a reward. You learn from the mistakes and you flourish in the successes. You'll become more confident and ready to tackle the next obstacle. So do something every day that scares you, whether it's speaking in public, confronting opposition, or learning a new skill. Because if you don't challenge yourself, you'll never grow. My second principle is do what you love and love what you do. A recent study showed that Americans spend the majority of their day working and commuting, an average of almost 9 hours a day. After that, they spend the most time sleeping, about 8 hours a day. So that means the average American spends 56% of their waking day working. If that's the case, then it makes sense to spend the majority of your day doing something you truly believe in, something that inspires you. For me, it was studying English and theater here at Western. Some argue those aren't the most useful degrees, but I disagreed. They were my passions, and they shaped me for my current job as a curator of a museum. On any given day, I can go from discussing first editions of Dickens, Poe, or J.K. Rowling to the importance and popularity of Will Ferrell costumes from Elf, Anchorman, or Ricky Bobby Talladega Nights. More people are interested in those. By following my passions and doing what I loved, I found a very fulfilling career. Everybody is good at something. And when you're good at something, it gives you confidence, pride, and satisfaction. If you can turn what you love into your career, you'll always be successful. The third principle is balance your life. And earlier I said I wanted to wish you health. And I don't mean 5% body fat, radiant skin, and the ability to run a marathon, although I do wish those all things for all of you. What I mean is a healthy life balance. As we climb the ladder in our career and get caught up in the rat race, it's easy to lose sight of the things that are most important. It happens to all of us at some point in our lives. We find ourselves in a predicament where the demands of our career, family, cause us to neglect our own needs. But we can't perform best for others unless we're taking care of ourselves. If you find yourself in a job where you're compromising your health, family, happiness, or values, it may be time to reconsider your employer or your career choice. But first, take a good look at yourself. The problem may be that you need to reconsider your priorities. In my life, I've noticed that the people who are most successful are the ones who have lots of interests outside their work. In order to perform the best you can at your job, you need to be able to relax and recharge with your friends and family. You need to be able to engage in the things in your life that remind you why working 56% of your day at work is worthwhile. So keep a healthy balance. The fourth principle is plan for tomorrow, but live for today. So many people spend their lives planning for their future that they forget to live in the present. Sure, it's important to plan, just not to the exclusion of enjoying the here and the now. There's a quote from the old Western movie star John Wayne. He said, "Tomorrow is the most important thing in life. Comes into us at midnight very clean. It's perfect when it arrives and puts itself in our hands. It hopes we've learned something from yesterday." In my opinion, that's the key to living a fulfilling life. Waking up every day and remembering that each day is a precious gift and we owe it to ourselves and the people we care about to view each day as a new opportunity, to be better, live larger, and give more. At home in my office, I have a small piece of art on my desk that says, "Anybody can slay a dragon. Try waking up every morning and loving the world all over again. That's what takes a true hero." Every time I look at that, it puts everything right back into perspective. So as you graduate and leave Western, try to take that one important piece of your time here. try to retain some of that carefree, live-in-the-moment attitude that you probably had here as a student. Remember that it's possible to work hard and play hard too. The last principle is give back. We're all a part of a larger community that nurtures us, but it works both ways. We need to nurture our community in order for it to thrive. I stay involved here at Western and donate money because I credit this school for so much of what I've become. It will always be a part of me. I enjoyed being a Viking so much I went and married a Danish woman. Go Vikings. And I like the idea that maybe through my contributions, I could impact the life of a student here in a positive way. At home in Santa Barbara, I volunteer on boards for several nonprofits that support kids in education. It makes me feel good that I have something to offer my community, and it's rewarding to see how those groups can help the people around me. So I give back, and so should you. To Western, to your communities, to your planet, to whomever and whatever makes you happy. And giving back doesn't have to mean money. You can donate your time, your hard work, your special talents, or just your enthusiasm for a cause, because sometimes those things can do more good than money. So there you go, my secrets to attaining health, success, and happiness. Take chances, do what you love, balance your life, plan for tomorrow, live for today, and give back. I hope these principles are something you can use and build upon as you chart your own successful path. Your degree from Western is a great start on a promising future. The foundations you've laid here as a student will take you places above and beyond your imagination. And the friendships and memories you've made here will be with you for life. I know. May it be a life filled with success, health, and happiness. Thank you and congratulations again, class of 2011.
Thank you, Doug.